We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, Titan Nation, how's everyone doing? I have a special show today. Again, it was kind of last minute. Well, it wasn't last minute, just getting things together was last minute. Got a couple of guests coming on, and I wanted to hear their stories. Obviously, we've heard them on the news and stuff like that, but just having them here live, and it's going to be great. I mean, some of them are very tired. Again, the time difference is it's a big thing, especially in Germany compared to here. But as you guys come in and stuff, and you guys watch this, remember just to don't take anything don't take everything for granted. I mean, as you know, things aren't going so well in Ukraine with the war and stuff like that. But just wanted to reassure everyone that through problems and stuff, I mean, things happen. People shine. I mean, that's like quote, like all heroes don't wear capes and stuff like that. And it's true though. There's good people out there, and I've got a few great people right here with me, and I'm honored to have them on the show. And we're gonna get them all on right now. So the very first person we're gonna get on, obviously, is the man, the legend right now, Eddie Oreily. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm all right, man. Tired, but we're good.
Okay. All right, man. Again, thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, it's been a pretty busy couple days for you, and I understand that you're tired. Unfortunately, I don't know how that feeling is. I know I'm being tired, but what you went through in the past couple of weeks, it's been rough. But again, I'm glad that your family is safe right now, bud.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate everything that everybody's doing for us. We're just at a loss for words. We're overwhelmed. We really, it's just a lot.
Definitely. We're gonna bring in a couple more people that Titan Nation has done a remarkable job. Again, we're all Titan fans, but it goes past football, and that's the beauty of it. Football gets us all together, but what we do outside of it makes us family, and just the remarkable reach that people had helping you out. I mean, you had people, helping you with the GoFundMe, with the, Tim, with and like it's just been amazing. And we're gonna bring those people on so we can, reconnect and just talk to them about it. We have Hayley, who started a GoFundMe account for Eddie. I mean, they've been friends forever. Here's Miss Hayley Thornhill. How you doing, Hayley?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, there we go. We have a couple of people saying, "Tighten up, Eddie. Glad you and your family are safe." So again, a big support in Titan Nation just for Eddie and his family. It's crazy to see this war happen, right? And then to actually know someone who's affected by it. I mean, it affects us all, obviously, but it affected Hayley, I think personally, and I can tell that she had to do something. It's kind of like motherly instinct, and that's kind of what happened, right?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I think I just, Eddie and I have been friends for, I don't know, a couple months. We've chatted and gotten to know each other. And when I saw that things were going on, even just even before this start, like before the actual invasion, I think I told him, I'm like, I'm terrible at keeping up with the news, but I just happened to look up at the news one day and I saw Ukraine, something about Ukraine. I was at a restaurant. I immediately messaged him and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I just saw something on the news. Are you okay? And so then when the actual invasion happened, it was just kind of, I don't know, instinct. I think one of the first things I said was like, what can I do? Like, what can I do to help?
Definitely. And we have another lovely lady here, Miss Ann. How you doing? All the way from Germany. Again, me and Haley are the only ones that are normal time. It's
You said normal time.
in America, and then we have Tim. I had to get Tim in because Tim is that beer is getting warm, man. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Everyone.
Camera right there. Cheers.
Hey, they were the ones left out.
I know.
Yeah, sorry.
I can show you my chocolate milk.
There you go, chocolate milk. You know hot dog? No. Okay, so let's talk about and what was your first initial with Eddie and stuff? You know, the communication or anything like that, and then we'll get Eddie's story, obviously.
Right. Well, I'm actually not a huge Twitter person. I'm only on Twitter for during Titans games for the news at the moment, of course. And that's pretty much it. Some duck, but mostly Titans, and right now the news. So I haven't been on Twitter for quite some time, and then I got on Twitter last week, and I read somebody retweeted, probably German Titans, Hayley's tweet about the GoFundMe, or it was Venmo back then. And so I started following Eddie, and I think the point where I started to want to do more than just donate some money was when I saw the picture in the bathroom where Marsha was wearing a helmet and they were waiting for the sirens to stop. And I'm a mom of 3, and seeing a kid in a bathtub with a helmet waiting for the sirens to stop was just more than my heart could take.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much when I was like, okay, we have to do more. There's so many kids, but this is one that has a face now, and we had a connection, and we have a possibility to do more. So I wanted to do more. So I followed Eddie, and he followed me back, and I wrote him that, due to the time difference it might be a little hard for Hayley to get, at the because he needs to sleep every once in a while as well. So I left my number and asked him to write or call or whatever when he needed me. That's what he did. So that's how we kind of, got. And then they were just reached Romania. And he told me that they had to leave the hotel room during the middle of the day and had no idea where to stay the next night. And it was below zero. Oh, it's in Europe, of course, but it's upper 20s. And so it's really cold, and you have a kid and a dog and nowhere to stay, and that's not something I could hear really well. So I started looking for places that would take a dog, will be close to a train station, walking distance, because dogs, I think, can't go on public transport in Romania. So I started checking Airbnb and actually found a place for them. So, and it made me really, really happy that it worked out. So pretty much it.
Definitely. That's amazing, though. Just the fact that you could relate, but also give back. That's one thing that I think a lot of people don't have in this world is compassion, and I think you guys all showed it. That there are good people out there, and unfortunately, sometimes it takes events like this to happen for those people to come out, even though they're out there and stuff like that. Eddie, can you walk me through just your whole week in general, man?
That's a lot of walking. So I guess let's start with the day we decided to leave.
Yeah.
The night before, we had talked about, my wife and I, and we said we agreed that we were going to go to the train station the next day and just wait and hope a train would have a space, because there was no way to book trains online or anything like that at the moment. So the next morning we were getting ready we were packing up and everything, and we had a siren early, like 9 o'clock in the morning. So we went down to the neighbor's cellar, and she happened to be there that time, and she said, "Hey, we had a friend yesterday get on the bus to Warsaw." And so we're like, okay, so there's buses as well, and they're probably easier to get on than a train, and there's less people trying to trample you, because I had my dog with us, Rob, right? So we had to make sure the dog was safe. The day before that, though, however, I met a guy named Bernard at the local trade center where we were waiting to get money off the ATM. and get some stuff from the grocery store. And we were talking, and he said that they had a bus that they were planning on taking to Romania. And my first, thought was, hey, do you guys have, space for 3 people and a dog? He said he doesn't know. He has to talk to the person that's leading it. He'd call me, tomorrow. So we got back. The siren finally ended. We went upstairs. We started packing for a bus trip instead of a train trip. So we had smaller bags, rucksack, stuff like that. We had finally got everything packed, and we were getting ready to leave out of the door, and the siren goes off. We had to go back to the cellar. Once that siren went off, maybe like 2 minutes maximum, Bernard calls and says, hey, we have a bus, we have space, can you get to us? So, because they were leaving quite quickly. This was during the siren. So instead of waiting for the siren to end and miss the bus, miss the chance for the bus, we decided to just risk it, go upstairs, grab our bags, get in the car, and go. And we got on the bus, and we made the way to Romania, and then from then on, the story has kind of followed through Twitter. Right, we got across the Romanian border. We were in this town called Suceava. We got there, and then we went to the hotel room. The dog couldn't go to the hotel room. They allowed the dog in the hotel, but they wouldn't allow him in the room. So we had to take turns sitting in the lobby for a little while each of us went upstairs and washed our face and stuff like that. And then when we got all that done, the dog is shivering, the dog is shaking, he's scared. So my wife and I, we figured, okay, let's go now. Let's get some of the hryvnia, the Ukrainian currency, changed to the local currency, so we have money for the next train or for food, whatever. And this is kind of where Tim comes in with his first act of kindness, other than him already collecting money. So we were walking around the city for probably well over an hour. We went to 20 different places, currency exchanges, banks. Nobody wanted the Ukrainian currency. There had already been 70,000 or something. No, there had already been, like, at that point, through that border town, there had already been like 45,000 Ukrainians that had passed. So the town and the banks were already inundated with Ukrainian currency, and with the state of affairs in Ukraine, the currency, the value of the currency was quickly diminishing. So I called. It was quite late, and I didn't want to wake Hayley up. But I called her initially, and she said, "Yeah, I can help you. Just call me back." But then I was messaging with Tim before that, and I said, I told Tim, and he said, "Yeah, just go to the Western Union. I'll send you over some euro, so you have the money." So Tim sent over money, which was great. And then I got back to the hotel, and we found a place that was willing to do the currency exchange, but at a really, really bad rate. But we did it obviously because we would rather have some money of it additionally than just having this currency that was just not usable. So then we go, and this is also when Anne comes in. I told Anne, hey, we're going to be going to Bucharest, and she said she could help us find an Airbnb. And she spoke on this a minute ago. She found the Airbnb for us, and we had to get on a train. What's really cool is in Romania they're not charging any money for refugees to travel via train and stuff. So we get on the train, we get to Bucharest, we get in the Airbnb, spend the first night. We slept, I don't know, probably 12 or 13 hours. It was really nice. And the next day we woke up really late. We kind of just stayed in the hotel. We went to the local grocery store. But all this time, all I can think about is getting further away, get my family safe. And just, that's all I can think about, right? So the next morning when we wake up, it's the first time that I was able to kind of breathe, and know we were going to be okay. And then that's just it. We left Bucharest yesterday, Thursday morning, our time, at 3 a.m. And then we arrived here. I'm not gonna butcher the name of the town, but it's the town that Tim lives in. And he has a hotel here that was willing to give us a couple of nights for free until we move on to another town called Zell, where one of Tim's friends has parents that are willing to put us up for a while.
That's amazing, man. That's crazy. it's crazy. But the fact that you kind of had to make a decision, right? You had to make a decision to either stay or take your family. What's the end goal? Where are you trying to?
So back to where you just said about staying. Staying wasn't an option at that point. The reason my wife said we're leaving, there was two reasons. The first reason was they had started shelling and bombing civilian locations, apartment buildings and stuff like that. And Masha and stuff. My daughter and my wife and my dog. And the other reason is there were widespread reports all across Ukraine that Russian soldiers were using civilian clothes, going into the bomb shelters or the places where people were taking shelter, and listening for first world people that were speaking English, like Americans, Australians, to try to kidnap them. And if they were able to get one, they would be able to put pressure on Zelensky and that kind of thing. So that was the final straw for my wife. And I forgot the question that you just asked.
It's right, man. I know.
Sorry,
man. So what's your end goal? Like where do you stop?
So obviously, with my wife and daughter being Ukrainian, and my wife's parents still being in Ukraine, our true end goal, is to be back in Ukraine, where if it's safe to be with her parents. It's their homeland, right? That's where we would love to be. We're not sure if that's going to be able to happen, which is, will depend on what's going on in the country. We have some opportunities in the U.S., depending on how things unfold. But right now, that's so hard to think about. Right now, it's just one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. And that's just, I hope you can understand that I have no way to think about what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone 3 weeks or 4 weeks from now.
Like it just depends, right? On, there's so many factors.
So many variables of things that can happen to change what's going to happen. Obviously, getting back to the U.S. It was a goal of my wife's and myself, but it was going to be a few years from now when Masha finishes her schooling. But the timetable has changed, right? So if it's not safe, we're obviously not going back. If it's safe, completely safe, fully safe, with no shadow of a doubt, we'll go back. The U.S. is probably going to be the easiest place to restart because, one, I speak English. I'm an American citizen. My wife would have immigration status. My daughter would have immigration status. They both speak English. And there's a massive support group there. It's funny that we're talking about this now because I was just over at Tim's. We had some pizza. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures.
We did.
But they mentioned that Germany is also a possibility, which would be also a good place because it's kind of like in the middle of both the U.S. and Ukraine, and it would be easier for my wife and daughter to go back and visit Ukraine from Germany, for example, than the U.S. So there's options, there's variables, and we just have to see how the war pans out in Ukraine before. I have, if this happens, we're going to do this. If this happens, we're going to do that kind of deal. But the end goal is just to have my family safe somewhere where we can restart our life, no matter where it's at. That's the end goal.
Someone says Bryce says shout out to you guys.
Hi, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, there's again, and what do you think about the massive support of people? We'll get Tim's story now, but of just people reaching out, people that a lot of people.
I tell you, I try at least once a day. I try at least once a day. It's just the amount of emotions, the range of emotions I've gone through since the first day of the invasion up until the point where we left. It's just up and down, up and down. The outpouring of love and prayers and support from people from around the world that don't know me, that just wanted to help and get my family safe, has just been such an amazing feeling. And when I say I can feel the love, I can really feel it. I wake up every morning and I can just, when I wake up, because we're over here and you guys are over there, I'll send like an update at night. And then I wake up in the morning and I've got, 50 DMs and 80 or 90 retweets and all of this. And I've got to go back in through and respond and try to respond. And I try to read everybody's tweet and everybody's comments. And I try to respond to everyone. It's very difficult though. So I can really feel how much everyone's rooting for us and praying for us and hoping all the best for us. And it's just, it's overwhelming. And I really don't have the word to explain how much it means to us. If you see, I feel like I repeat myself too much with the comment, thank you. It's much appreciated. We thank you so much. It feels like I'm a robot at this point, but there's not so many more words that I can say. You're just going to have to wait to meet me, and so I can hug you, and then you can feel my love too.
I actually was can I ask a question real quick? I actually was going to ask what it was like to meet Tim. Like, obviously, you haven't met me in person or Ann or Tim before this. Like, what was it like to, like, go through all of that and then come face to face and be able to, like, hug one of the people that's kind of...
Tim didn't want to hug me. He pushed me away.
Tim, what happened, Tim? I mean, you offer him this, you offer him that, then you're like, is it tough love, Tim? Is that what happened?
No, I gave Tim a hug.
He stank. After 32 hours on the bus, he stank.
Oh,
that's
no.
that's the only reason.
No, I
Makes
gave him a hug.
sense.
It was really nice. It felt good to be able to, just shake his hand and hug him and let him know how much it meant to us, that what he's done for us.
That's awesome.
So Tim, how did you come up across Eddie's story? What was your initial thoughts, and what made you just take initiative to help him out, man?
Okay. Just a little information. I just got a message from my girlfriend that I'm way too loud. We have 10:30 p.m. and my son already said, Dad, I'm gonna take your place for tonight, so I got to be a little bit quieter. Um, but first of all, I'm just the face of the German Titans right now because I'm the president. Okay, so we have 86, 87 members, and now joined us as a member. And overall, 27 people donated overall 1,000 euros. That's roughly $1,200 since Wednesday.
Mhm.
So it's okay. I'm the one who's talking to you right now, but it's a big crew we're having who's supporting this.
Mhm.
And because everywhere, Eddie always says, yeah, Tim got us this, Tim got us that. Yeah, I did a lot of phone calls, etc. But the crew, the fan club behind me, they backed me up and they supported me. And without their support, I would not have been able to do all of that what I did. So just to get it straight up front. About my story is some of our members saw the post from Hayley and already got in contact with Eddie, I guess, and said, "Hey, if you need help, we're going to support you." And then we trying to do one cherish event every year. So, for example, in the first year, we collected over 1,200 euros for a children's hospital. The year after, we collected almost or roughly $1,000 for the adoption of my current child. So that's what we're trying to do, being cherished. Okay. And due to coronavirus, we didn't do nothing at all because we didn't have the stuff to raffle or whatever. So the guys came up to me and was like, "Hey, have you seen the post of Hayley?" And I was like, "No," because yeah, sometimes I'm on Twitter, but I'm not that social media guy anymore. I have family, I have a full-time job, and I was like, they sent me, "Hey, check it out," and I was like, "Okay, then guys, we got to do something. That's now our time to shine, not for cloud or something like that, but to show that mankind is not all overall evil." So And he texted me like, "Hey, can you give me your number?" I just passed him my number, and he called me, and he was like, "Hey Tim, I'm walking around this town, no money, and I just said, hey, stop wasting time, go to the next was it Western Union, and I would drop some money for you," and that's how it started. So on his birthday, I called the bus company because of his dog. We were trying to looking for several solutions to get him over to Germany, and to get it clear. So yeah, we found a place for him. The place where he will stay after in 2 days will be from a member of us, a friend, his dad and his mom. So they deeply Christians, and it was like it's our passion. It's our passion to help people who are in need, who need help, and that's why I said it's not only me because the other person from our fan club arranged it. And since I'm drinking now, I'm at my second beer. I forget what I started with, but
It's all right.
but yeah, in the end, it's just showing love and kindness and trying to help somebody else. Nothing more, nothing less. Just showing that the human mankind is not as bad as seen on TV.
Well, you know what? Cheers to that, my friend. You said your second beer, and you're kind of stuck, and you need to
Hey,
keep if you come to the U.S., man. We throw
and
back beer.
tomorrow we will have barbecue over here, and I hope Anne will come over with her kids. So we saw today we had a little pizza party,
Okay,
and Masha, so Annie's daughter, played with my son. Hopefully, more kids will running around here in my house and having fun. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
You have to figure it out. It's quite a way to go. You know, I can't really say anything. I didn't want to say anything because Eddie was on the bus for 32 hours, and I'm complaining about like 2 hours going there and 2 hours going back in one day. But it's 3 kids, and
and
they're good kids, but it's riding in the car is usually not too much fun if they're in a funny mood.
No. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there by barbecue time tomorrow. I'm not bringing
and
my kids though.
and one thing I got to say about how the situation is handled about not only in Germany but in Europe overall over here regarding the refugees. So in Berlin, the people came in refugees, and the German guys were standing there with like three, two, one. What does it mean about how many spaces they have for people who need a shelter? And I gotta say, shout out to my company because today I was standing in front of the elementary school to pick up my son, and my supervisor called me, and he was like, "Hey Tim, I gotta tell you something. How does it roll with Eddie?" And I was like, "Cause he knew about it." I was like, "Yeah, good. We're standing right here." He was like, "Tim, greetings from our sales director and from our CEO. The day is on us. So just take your time, take care of him. Um, Today you don't have to work; it's all on us." So, and that's just to tell you how it currently is in not only in Germany but in Europe overall. They want to hear. They show so much love and bring up the A game to support those guys who have to flee because of that stupid peep 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 in Russia.
Are we keeping it clean? Okay. Not where we drink it.
It can be PG-13,
Hey,
used to.
I mean,
Hey, I try to peep it. Okay, it's 2 beers in, one more, and yeah.
that's awesome. And then now look at it. Now you guys are like neighbors now. Again, like Aunt's coming over. I mean, Eddie, like, would you ever thought that this would happen and that you would have, out what would come out of all this? I mean, unfortunately, I understand. I mean, I can't understand obviously fully what losing a house, leaving your home behind, but um, there is some positivity, man. Like you said,
Yeah,
Tim said,
it's immensely positive.
Isn't
After
it great?
after the Titanic went down, the boats had to have more rescue boats. Okay? So behind every sad story, behind every tragedy, there's always something positive. So you just got to find the right perspective to look at it and not only just see the bad situation. You got to see there's so many people trying. So Putin with his action, he um he getting Europe closer together, the whole world closer together. Everybody working hand in hand and showing passion and love for other people. And so yeah, you gotta sometimes you gotta change your perspective to see the good thing when something bad happens.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's still kind of hard to see the good thing in that, though. In the whole situations after. I mean, I live in my town is about 27,000 people living here, and I think um, I don't know how many buses went today, but just today there were like 4 or 5 or 6 like whole buses leaving with filled with things that people donated, like food and warm clothes, blankets, diapers, baby clothes, baby food, food for adults. That was just this week, and it's just been a few days. And they actually the buses are actually going because they want to pick up more refugees so they could stay over here in our area. So, and that was just a few days, and I think that's actually. I mean, we we say I built my house close to the water because I cry a lot, and things like that just make me start bawling. Like when Eddie got across the border, when I told my friend about Eddie and Masha arriving there, when I asked talked to my husband about looking for an Airbnb and why I wanted to do it. And there's so many nice things to cry about. um I can find so much beauty in how people want to help. And once they find a way to help, they actually do. And I think that's one of the things you talked about before, Alex, you said, oh, Mr. Titan, sorry. You said in the beginning that there's so many, not enough people who show compassion. I think a lot of people would do it. They just don't know how or can't find a way to support somebody else. And I think as soon as there's a possibility, they actually would. And I think that I told you before, I probably pee my pants because I get so nervous when I'm on camera. So I never do that. I would never do that. This is just a really huge exception. And I'm never going to do it again. But I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, no, actually, I wanted to say I only came online today because I think if it changes one person or makes one person want to help somebody else more or to look for ways to help somebody else, it's actually worth being nervous. So I'm having a little more beer to calm my nerves. And I don't know. It actually makes you feel really good. I don't help somebody else to feel good myself. I help people so they could feel better. But it's a great way to I don't know, spend hours and hours looking for places and looking for things and looking how to get back to the States if you want to fly over.
Yeah.
So I was really relieved that you actually could take Jack. That was the one thing I was actually worried about, that you could not stay together, that you had to split up because there's probably just not enough places on the bus, and you would, send your wife and daughter ahead, and you get split up.
Wouldn't have left Jack under any circumstance.
Or or something else happens, or just he gets lost in like crowds of people.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I was actually really, really worried about, and it would make me so happy when you said that all of you actually arrived safely in Bucharest, because I didn't think that a lot of things would happen after that. But there's so many people, there's so many stories from the borders where like children got lost and dogs got lost and other animals got lost, and I was really, really happy for you guys that you actually were able to stay together. And you said that you would stay behind with Jack, but it's
He told me that. He told me when he thought there was not a possibility he couldn't take Jack. He said, Hayley, I'm not leaving him. He said, I will force Lena and Masha on a bus or train or whatever, and I will stay behind. So that was a huge relief for me too. And Eddie, I was going to tell you, I haven't got to tell you this, but I've actually had several people after like seeing our story who have, who know people in Ukraine or know somebody who knows somebody and have started to kind of, I don't know, be inspired to start. They've asked me like, how did you start this? How did you start this GoFundMe? How did you go about this? So I think, the story, like our story, our collective story has, already kind of, I think, made an impact on others to say, because I think so often we just feel helpless. Like we just feel like there's nothing we can do over here. But I think this has shown that the path that you've taken from being in a parking shelter, being in the bathtub, being in the bathroom, to now being in Germany, and the path and everybody that's got you there has shown people that there are things that we can do. We may be far away, but we can do stuff. And I think that it's actually started to make other people see that too, and figure out their own ways to help. So I thought that was kind of cool.
It's amazing.
The impact is real. Eddie, I mean, I got some for you. Let me disconnect here. So people are reaching out, right? I had a couple people. Hold on. Let me see if this. What's up, Eddie? Oh, that was me. You hear me? Okay. So tell me if you, okay, hold on, because this is
I'm gonna have to hold my phone to my face.
Yeah.
So don't get scared.
I'm trying to hold. Yeah, look closely. Can you guys see good or no? Is it bad?
Well, it's tiny on the phone.
Scoot a little closer.
Can Eddie see?
That's better.
I will show it to him tomorrow. I can see it. I'm on the laptop.
I can see it. It's on my phone, but I can see it.
Okay, here we go. And family, hope you guys know that Titan Nation is all behind you guys. We're praying for you. We're doing as much as possible for you and your family. And like I said, God is with you, and we're praying for you and your family every day. And just to make this video just a tad bit better, I decided to contact some of my buddies to give you a shout out. So enjoy.
This is former Tennessee Titans Chris Sanders. Just want to say, man, wishing you to get your family home back safely. Just let you know I'm praying for you. We love you, man. Just know that God's covering you. Just every step you take, God is with you. So I just want to encourage you and let you know, man, God is with you and praying for you and your family for a safe travel. Love you, bro. Take care.
Praying for you. Hope you make it safe. We believe, I'm sorry everything that you're going through, but I believe you're very strong enough to pull through this. Well wishes to you and your family. Hope you make it safe. Tighten up.
My guy Eddie, what's going on? Former Tennessee Titan, Ron Mutar. Just wanted to send you a message of support, love, and prayers.
He's breathing heavy.
Tennessee Titan Nation behind you, support you. Glad that your family made it. You and your family made it to safety. I'm sure the amount of support and love has been incredible with such tragic events going on. Continue to pray for you. If there's anything that I can do for you, you can reach out to me. I think we've probably DM'd about 1,000 times over the last 7 months. But hey, man, just know that we're behind you.
Eddie, how you doing? This is Brian Radko, former Tennessee Titan linebacker. Going on, I know, can only imagine what you're experiencing right now with all the conflict going on between your country and Russia. Sorrow and a lot of sympathy for you and your family. I have no idea how to even think or imagine what you're going through right now. Everybody in your family remain safe. Your wife and your daughter able to flee the country or get to a safe environment where you continue to live your lives. Again, football I know only brings a small piece of happiness to a lot of people, and I'm glad I was able to do that. I'm glad your favorite team, the Tennessee Titans, were able to do that and continue to do so as well. So Again, Eddie, nothing but the best for you and your family. Hope you make it out safe, and hope you're able to live a prosperous life. This is Brian Racco again, signing off. Tighten up, my man. God bless.
There you go, bro. I'll tag you and I'll post that on Twitter for you so you can have that video. So
I appreciate it.
yeah.
I got goosebumps.
That's awesome, man. So again, before I let you go, because we ran past the time. I mean, we're 40 minutes in. I didn't mean to, but anything you guys want to say to Eddie? Anything you want to say to Titan Nation before I'll let everyone have kind of their own thing? Eddie will be the last person, so we can go. And whoever wants to take the floor, go ahead.
Eddie, like I'm crying right now.
Don't do it because I'll start.
I'm just so thankful for everybody that's helped, everybody that has. I told you that. You said you said I was your first call when you crossed the border, and I talked on the phone with you for a minute, and as soon as the phone hung up, I just absolutely lost it. This has been an incredible journey, seeing how far you've come from where you were just a few days ago till now. It makes me feel even better that you're in the safe hands of Tim, and that you will hopefully be in the safe hands of Ann soon. And but I wish that I could be there. I wish I could hug you. Like I wish that we're going to eventually. You're gonna get here eventually. But I'm just so thankful for everything that's happened. I know that this journey is not over. I know that you guys still have a lot going on. You're exhausted. You could probably sleep for a whole week. And I know that there's still a lot of, especially for Elena and Masha, I know that there's still a lot of, pain and worry that is going on. So obviously we'll continue to be there for you, continue to pray for you. But I'm just thankful that you're safe, and I'm thankful just to be a part of your story, honestly. So anyway, I love you.
Love you too.
How am I supposed to follow that? Happy you're safe, you're with your family, and I'm rooting for your family's family as well, because of course I worry about them too. But I'm really, 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 really happy that you made it all the way with everyone. And I think I'm probably crazy enough to drive down tomorrow so I can give you a hug, because I think I really need that. I'm not sure if you do, but I really, really, really need to hug you. And I take a shower before that. I hope you do too, because I was worried about that sweater, because I think you've been wearing that for like a week.
For 10 days straight.
No, I'm
This
kidding.
is not bad.
You,
That's not
no.
good.
Okay. Well, I hope to see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you some other time, because, well, I'm here and you're here. And I'm getting stupid, so I stopped talking now. But I'm really happy here, and I'm so happy I'm going to get to meet you.
Hey, can I say one more thing
No.
to Ann and Tim? I just want to thank you guys too. I know the time difference has been so difficult for Eddie and I to. It seems like whenever he needs something urgent, it's like the middle of the night for me. And I've told him, call me whenever. I answer the phone every time he calls. But the fact that you guys kind of stepped in and even just allowed, just said, hey, like, let's take care of this so she can sleep a little bit, or that you don't have to wake her up. I mean, I know this is not about me, but I just want to tell you, thank you for me, for you guys kind of stepping in places that I couldn't. So sorry.
The floor is yours, Tim.
Floor is mine. Okay. First of all, I want to apologize to Hayley because I was laughing when Eddie said I love you, because of his statement earlier today when he said, "Oh, I just said love you on the phone because I normally talk only to my wife, but now I say I love you." That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, I nearly
Eddie,
said "love you, bye" when we got off the phone earlier,
Eddie,
like I do with my wife. It was
Eddie,
interesting.
I cannot wait to curse at you at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So, but I want to take a different angle. Hayley,
Mhm.
thank you for the initial post about the situation, because without you, nobody would know about the situation. So you are the reason why we guys know about Eddie and that we're able to help. So yeah, Eddie and I have a great connection. We like to curse at each other and having fun with each other. Like for example, when we made pizza earlier today. So it's without your with your post, with your information about the situation, we would never have ever have met. So I'm really thankful for it. And yeah, tomorrow we will have a barbecue. So and get your ass over. Oh, beep. Sorry. It's a third beer. I'm sorry,
Oh my
but
lord!
but yeah, I'm really thankful for spreading the situation or spreading information about the situation Eddie was in. And now, hey, the worst is over in regarding of the travel and the situation he was stuck in. So let's do the best to get them in a situation where they can achieve the best for the future life.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Eddie, it's the last one, buddy.
How am I supposed to talk after all that? So I know I've said it, I don't know, probably 100 times by now. Words are really difficult for me right now. I appreciate so much what everyone's been doing. You know, the prayers have helped so much. The donations obviously help because we're able to, you know, financially get safe and keep my family, you know, going. But it means the world to me and my family that, you know, you guys are all out there praying and rooting for us and hoping that we're safe and able to rebuild our lives. And I hope that I don't disappoint anybody. I hope that I don't let anybody down. And that we're able to continue to give you updates and show you how much your help has helped us, as far as we can. And I just, like I said, words are very difficult. From the bottom of my heart, I love you all. And I can't wait to hug every one of you that helped and that every one of you that prayed for us. And hopefully one day soon that can happen.
Absolutely, man. Again, thank you, Eddie. Thank you for everything. Like I said, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being not only just great people in general, really, really good hearts, and it shows if there's a little gleam of decent people, of good people in this world. I mean, there is, and it starts with you guys. So again, thank you guys so much for your time. Like I said, I'm okay. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys, on the other hand, it's late as hell. I know you. Tim's already is going to be on his 4th beer soon, and I mean, and it's good, and we have a Eddie who's a walking zombie right now. But other than that, like, I just want to say thank you guys so much for
Hey,
this.
Tim said he had something else to say in the chat.
What's up? What's up, Tim?
Clearly he had nothing to say.
Yeah. No.
Keep your microphone on, Tim.
Tim, nothing you're saying is heard.
Yeah, you're not saying anything, Tim.
Are you on mute?
Are you on mute? Check.
Timmy.
Check.
This is what happens when you drink and drive, folks.
There you go. Hello.
He's finished his speech and we didn't hear a single word of it.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Oh, I was in mute.
Yeah, it was. There it is.
Dude.
Yeah, you got on talking. We're like, you're on mute. I mean, you're going like this too. So
Okay. The best way to end it, to embarrass yourself. Perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we didn't hear one word. when you
Not a
started.
single one.
Not one. Kind of want to talk about what you just said, or not really? Is that it? You gonna sign off?
He's like,
Sam, you okay, dude?
Yeah, I need to talk to Hey. I'm out, dude. I'm like earlier when we ate pizza, our girls were drinking wine. I was like, okay, I played some chingy, some tipsy, but now I'm all into it. So I'm there. I'm out.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it.
So embarrassing.
you were tired 2 hours ago, so I'm actually really proud of you that you actually made it that far.
All right, guys, it's really getting late. I really appreciate everything. I've got to get some sleep. If I don't get some sleep, I'm gonna die.
Probably, yeah.
All
See
right.
you tomorrow.
Thank you.
I know, guys.
Good night.
Bye bye.